please, please. Papa's got a brand new bag. Let's call the king of soul himself, James Brown. James Brown. James Brown. James Brown. James Brown. James Brown. James Brown, here he is. Thank you. Thank you. The heart, heavy, down, the desert beat. Down, the desert beat. Hey, baby. All right, we're done.
With 17 people backing him up and more on-stage hype than almost anybody, James Brown is a high-paid hit. The son of a gas station attendant in Augusta, Georgia, bills himself as the godfather of rhythm and blues. In the audience, you can see why. The table on the left seats the local rhythm and blues all-stars. Powder Blues' Tom Lavin is right in front of the stage. They're watching a master.
That is my favorite bit. I love that so much, James. Welcome back again to San Francisco.
Thank you.
So what, you're 29, 30 years old now? What? Huh?
26.
26.
Yeah.
That's right. You are performing better than ever, I think, really.
Well, I think I'm not really, okay, you inflated my ego a little bit, but I do believe that I'm probably better now because of the fact I know what I'm doing, where I'm going.
Yeah.
I mean, you showed me where James Brown is, right? So I know what to do now. I used to know what to do.
Every move, I mean, you've got it all down.
Yes.
I mean, before stuff was developed,
That's right.
You know, and now the stuff that works you've kept and you've built it all up so everything works.
You believe in ESP?
Huh? I believe in everything, yeah. That's true. No,
we had the same conversation last night. We were talking about that. We said, now that you know where you're going, you can be better live second time around.
Yeah.
Thanks to John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
You know.
When we saw the Blues Brothers in that sequence, we ran yesterday as a promo for you coming on the show.
Really?
Yeah, we ran that, and you were doing that thing. What was it like to work with those? As Belushi as insane to work with in a movie as we keep hearing about, or not?
They're so talented, it's right, you know. Every time on the set, they would come out and start rapping. Dan would come out and start humming one of my arrangements. You know, like every arrangement I've had for the last 24 years.
Yeah.
And John, he come out singing it, you know, and he was doing the hand flips. I mean, real nice guys. But, you know, one of the things that intrigued me and made me feel real close to them, that they had enough guts to do what so many of us need to do, put your money where your mouth was. They want to help the entertainers who had problems in the past, with Cab Calloway, Aretha, Ray Charles, myself. I mean, we wouldn't have never been exposed on that level, you know. And they brought it right down front, so there's a need for it, you know. And give everybody a real shot.
When you say at that level, you mean bringing you back into this movie? Is that it? Giving you an exposure to a new audience?
I know, another audience, which is an all-time high. The movie is like unbelievable, you know. I was doing one time $1 million a day. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised what the sum has come up to now, you know, for as what the bill on that movie. But these fellows, they spent their own personal money and proved themselves, and they said, hey, with one more thing that we'd like to do. They did the Animal House thing, and so tremendous, you know, and they did 41. But then they said, we would like to see James Brown. Wouldn't it be great to have James Brown, Cab Calloway, Aretha Franklin on the same stage, man, and they made it happen. John Lee Hooker. Yeah. And it proved something. It also proved something to the movie industry and the film industry, that the entertainers have always been actors, just never had the shot.
Yeah.
And thank God we have people like that around, and young people like that are enhancing our whole business. And
well, they're giving you a new life, in a sense, you know.
Brand new life.
You know, this album you have here, for example, and we talked about this before, James Brown Live and Low Down at the Apollo. This was made in 1962, and this album, even though it's 18 years old, is still doing fantastic.
Well, it's a resurgence. The young fellas that picked the album up and said they're going to re-release it. Yeah. And they got the license from Polydor Records, and they re-released it, and it's on the charts now as a brand new album after 18 years. And this album has a very unique story, and it's a beautiful story, because it gives you the motivation. I took my own personal money. And again, that's when I love John Belushi and them so much. And I put this out. They said it couldn't happen. Oh, James, you can't do this. You've been doing this all your life. I put it out. It was a tremendous hit. And it's back again 18 years later. Another big hit because some young fellas believed that it could be done again. So it's a brand new day for James Brown. and good riddance to disco.
Now, the last time I saw you, you were, you had the more the disco look. You've got more of the sort of Western. I can't quite describe this look now. It's sort of semi-Western.
Well, it's
down home.
Well, see,
what is this look? Tell me about this.
Okay, well, you know, in my group, I got a young man, Holly Ferris, who, since the last time I've seen you, I've been to Grand Ole Opry, the first soul singer to ever go to the Grand Ole Opry. So we did tremendous there. Porter Wagner, Tom T. Hall. I mean, everybody loved me there. Everybody. I mean, I had more people there than any one person I've ever had there. And sound people were going out of their mind because everybody was really into it, you know. And I did like Tennessee Waltz and Georgia, and I did a few country tunes, you know. Your Cheating Heart. Yeah. Roy Acuff was there. So it made me feel very good. But the reason why I got this combination, see, I'm from the South, you know. And I'm going to be at University of Georgia the first of the year. I'm going to beat Notre Dame. Because they're the first, they're like #1 team in the country today. Well, so I got a kind of combination of all of it, you know. I want the Georgia people to love me. Like the young man you got coming up later.
That's right, he wanted to come in and meet you. Well, yeah, this afternoon you're doing something else you've done for a long time. You're going back to visit some of the prisons around. Today you're going to San Quentin and stuff. Why do you do it? I mean, why do you go back to prisons now, really?
Well, #1, I was a juvenile delinquent as a kid, and I know it's not the end of the world for people that are there. And even if one have an extended amount of time, it doesn't really make a difference. The fact that you have to understand and get a feel that the world hasn't turned against them, that we can go on with life. And that's one reason I'm going back, because these are people that I understand. I understand what their life is about. I experienced it at a very young age, but I still understand it. I have a very close feeling. I feel that all of us should be involved and not close the side of the door for people that have been there.
Can I ask you this? You grew up in the South, okay?
That's right.
And there were certainly disadvantages of growing up in the South and so forth, you know, and most of the black families didn't have any money, and they really had, there were the few who had talent and ability to drive like yourself to get out of that. Do you think it's tougher now for kids, let's say black kids or minority kids of any kind, growing up in the cities? Let's say they're in a big city like Detroit or Chicago or some of those places. I mean,
that's a lot tougher than the South would ever.
I think it would be, don't you? To get out of that is tougher than we
10 times worse. You have no sympathy going for it.
Yeah.
And one thing about those days, I mean, it was bad. I mean, black, poor, whatever. But it was bad. But there was sympathy. You know, people would help you. You could, you know, if you
say, excuse me to interrupt you for 1 second, but when you say people would help you, you mean white people or people
white, black,
like anybody would help you?
Yeah, they would help. It's more of a community type thing, you know. I mean, we know the situation was there, but we learned to deal with it, and not that we wanted to deal with it, but we learned to deal with it like it being, you know, in a prison. You learn to deal with it, you understand it, and you make your home there. So, I mean, nobody want to go away from there and stay. I mean, even though we've gone away, everyone to come back. I went back to Augusta, the height of my career, and I've had my local problems there, but it's not nothing you wouldn't have had in any other place. But one thing about it, the opportunity was there. I left the South, Otis Redding, Brenda Lee right across the bridge, North Augusta, South Carolina, Little Richard, Ray Charles,
people who got
Fat Domino,
who made it on the
road. We got out there. So I mean, it's going to be that type of thing is coming back today. You're going to have to be an individual, and you have to go back to doing it yourself.
And that's also why you're taking your time and putting something back in. You got to.
That's right.
It's really good to see you again.
Well, God bless you. You're very
26 now, huh?
Well, yeah, 26.
God, that time really flies when you're successful, doesn't it?
Well, I'm not successful. I think the biggest success is God is behind me.
That's right.
That's all I really need.
You're a good man. It's good to see you.
God bless you.
Okay, and then the album, this is an album that's doing really well again. 1962 album, James Brown, live at Lowdown at the Apollo. Today he'll be at San Quentin. I know the guys will be happy to see you over there. We'll be back in just a moment and to find out why we should not blame our parents for our problems.
Quentin, today the inmates found out the true meaning of jailhouse rock. Their teacher was the godfather of soul, James Brown. He gave a free concert today, and the warden gave everyone the day off. Ben Williams was there.
James Brown arrived on San Quentin's big yard, beige-suited and slow-gaited, just after the noon-hour break. To at least 2 generations of lovers of foot-stomping, finger-popping music, Brown has been known as the King of Soul. And as befits royalty, an entourage escorted him in, and even the guards paid homage. The big show opened with a prison group called the Perfections. There was also a set by a local rock band called Tour de Force that was received quite well. it was the man from Augusta, Georgia that everybody came to see. His band came on first to bring the auditorium up to the proper temperature. It was the first time James Brown has been to San Quentin, but it's not the first time he's been in a prison.
As a kid, I had 8 to 16 years in prison, so I served 4 years, and it's no strange place to be. It's just a sad place to be, but hey, I sympathize and understand. They know me. They know where I'm at. You know, I can't say that about everybody, but they know where I'm at, and I think I just got the kind of identity that they want. The man who come from the ground.